we are going to cover some example related part 1, part 2 and part 3. Okay, so that we will exactly came to know how we are going to use that concept whichever we have learned in first part, second and third one. Okay, so today we will majorly focus on the previous year questions and some questions which are very tricky or may they will force you to think in depth. Okay, so whole this period we will focus on difficult exams regarding JEE and NEET. Okay, so let us start. So the first example I have written on green board. You can read it. It's very easy. But if you compare the diagram of this example to other diagrams whichever we have gone through, definitely you will get confused. So I want to start with this kind of example because what we do sometimes we go with the stepwise, like initially easy, medium and difficult, but I want to take one difficult exam initially. Once you get clear with this concept, then definitely other examples are very easy to solve. So see carefully, a long infinite current. First of all, the data you have got here is a infinite. Okay, so first of all, whenever there is a word infinite, definitely two formulas should be came to your mind, and they are mu 0 I upon 4 pi r sin theta 1 plus sin theta 2, and in terms of alpha beta, mu 0 I upon 4 pi r cos alpha plus cos beta. After that we have seen two special cases, that is for infinite and semi-infinite, you know that. So current carrying wire is in the shape as shown in diagram, okay, below. The magnetic field at a point P which is at L distance from wire will be. So P point is at L distance. So they have given us here L distance also, which is nothing but the R, okay, which is nothing but the R. So how to solve these questions? They have asked to find out magnetic field. So see carefully. They have given us current, so we have to assume current I. Okay, so let's say current I is flowing here. The most important point, as it is an infinite current carrying conductor, definitely we will go to the formula, which one? Cos alpha plus cos beta or sin theta 1 plus sin theta 2. So see carefully, here 45 degree angle is given, but see here, this is the long state conductor, okay, which is coming from infinity, here infinity. So another end is known to us, so definitely the case will belongs to semi-infinite, but angles are different, that's why do not use that formula directly. Okay, if they have given us angle as it is, then definitely you can use, but here angles are different. So first of all we have to find out the angles. So see here, one angle we can easily find out. From point P we can go to the infinity, So the angle here was alpha, you know that. So in this case alpha, as the wire in this case, now solution. See carefully, in this problem, as wire or L or length of wire, you can say, it will be more better for understanding purpose, as length of wire goes to infinity, alpha tends to 0 degree, you know that. Okay, so we got the alpha. Now about beta, we got here alpha angle. Now beta will be this angle, you know that, this is the beta. Here we got the alpha which is tends to 0, because when it goes to infinity, angle will become very small. Now see carefully, what about beta? This angle they have given us 45, and you know that this angle will be 90 degree. Similarly this angle will be 90 degree. So if this is a 90 degree, okay, we want the remaining part which is nothing but the 45 degree. So 90 plus 45, 135, and beta is equal to 135 degree. Okay, so magnetic field at a point P will be mu 0 I upon 4 pi. Now there is no r. R is perpendicular distance, but here perpendicular distance is L. So we'll take L into cos alpha. Now cos alpha 0 plus cos beta 135, and you know that it will become mu 0 I upon 4 pi L. Cos 0 has value of 1 plus, now cos 135 can be written as cos 90 plus 45, cos 90 plus 45, and cos 90 plus theta becomes sin theta, as well as cos 90 plus 45 goes to the second quadrant. In a second quadrant cos angle is negative, that's why definitely it will be sin 45 with sin negative. So it will be mu 0 I upon 4 pi L, 1 minus 1 by root 2. Sin 45 is 1 by root 2. So negative sign is there, so 1 minus 1 by root 2. Therefore magnetic field will be mu 0 I divided by 4 pi L into root 2 minus 1, here root 2 minus 1 divided by root 2. Cross multiplication, root 2 minus 1 divided by root 2. This is the answer. Now about direction, this is the magnitude. This is the magnitude. What about direction? So see carefully, current is going in upward direction. So current is going upward direction, that means for this plane fingers are going inside, yes, but for this plane fingers are going coming outside the plane. So direction will be outside the plane. So direction will be outside, which is given as dot. That's it. So by this question you may came to know the most important point to solve such kind of questions is you should know theta 1, theta 2, alpha and beta. Okay, and if you go for different cases, once you solve all cases, then you will came to know that to finding alpha and beta is not that much difficult, and also theta 1 and theta 2. Once you got either theta 1 and theta 2 or alpha and beta, you can easily solve the questions. This much time it won't take, because you already know the formula na. Mu 0 upon 4 pi r will be always there. If they have replaced r by s, l, whatever it is, you can just put out the that symbol, and the remaining part is sin theta 1 plus sin theta 2 or cos alpha plus cos beta. Just do calculation in your mind by putting that values, by watching the diagram. Within 1 minute you can solve such kind of questions. Okay, note it down. Okay, now this is the second question. In this question they have given us a finite current carrying wire. Okay, this is a finite current carrying wire. You can see that it is started from here and ending on this point. So we have to find out the magnetic field here at the point phi. So the most important thing I have already told you, that just go for the angles. Here they have not given us theta 1 and theta 2, but here they have given us little bit clue about alpha and beta. You can see alpha is already given 30 degree, okay, downward angle. Now the remaining part is to find out the beta. So see carefully, this is the beta angle, okay, this is the beta angle, because you can see here element is ending here. So this is the beta. So we have to find out the beta. You can see that this angle is given as a 60 degree. Definitely this total angle is 180 degree pi. So definitely 180 minus 60 is nothing but 120 degree. That's it, nothing more than that. Once you came to know what is the angles alpha, beta or theta 1, theta 2, it's easy to find out the solution. Now see carefully, solution. In this case, and the diagram they have already given us. This line I have not drawn. This is exactly given in the diagram. That's why this is the beta. If this line was here, then beta will be something else. In this case, alpha is equal to 30 degree and beta is equal to 120 degree. Therefore, B, which is nothing but the magnitude of magnetic field, and its magnitude I have not given the bar, so that magnitude mu 0 I upon 4 pi, do not write r because they have given us the distance as a L. So L cos alpha, which is nothing but 30 degree plus cos beta, which is 120 degree. So it will become mu 0 I upon 4 pi L. Cos 30 is nothing but sin 60, that is root 3 by 2, and this angle we can convert into 90 plus 30. So it will become mu 0 I upon 4 pi L in bracket root 3 by 2, and you know that cos 90 plus theta becomes sin theta, and angle is 145, which is in second quadrant. In second quadrant, sin and cosec are positive, not only sin, cosec also, because cosec is nothing but 1 by sin. So cos is negative, that's why it will be minus. Now sin 30 is nothing but 1 by 2. So the ultimate answer will be magnitude of magnetic field at a point P due to this finite current carrying element is mu 0 I upon 4 pi L in bracket root 3 minus 1 divided by common 2. Now about direction, see carefully, current is going in upward direction. For this plane, fingers are going inside, that means here direction will be cross, and in this plane it will be dot. So our point P is in another plane, so it will be like outside, that means inside. Direction is inside the plane. Okay, I hope you got the questions. It's very easy and simple. Just focus on angles. I have already told you, whatever the diagram I have given you in a first expression, that is alpha, beta, theta 1 and theta 2, just remember that diagram. Okay, that diagram should come to your mind instantly whenever you are solving this kind of questions. If you got that diagram, definitely no question will be hard for you. You can solve any questions by just within a fraction of a second easily by doing some mind calculation only. Okay, note it down. Okay, now see the third question. It is little bit difficult by means of diagram because you have never seen this kind of diagram. So the two finite actually conductors are there, this one first and this is the second, and both are, and the point P is equally placed from both the terminals, end terminals. Okay, so how to solve this kind of questions? So see carefully, we will convert this diagram into the diagram we want, or the diagram we know how to find out alpha and beta by that diagram. So this is alpha, but we can do one thing. See carefully, if I take this point, okay, then see here we will get alpha angle, and the distance will be now here, this distance will be L by 2. Similarly, for this also you can take like that, but first of all we will solve for this part. If this is the alpha, definitely this will be the beta. Okay, now whichever the magnitude of magnetic field will be here, you can find out that same will be here. So we know that for this this conductor, B will be mu 0 upon 4 pi. Now R can be replaced by L by 2. This is the L by 2, which is nothing but what? This is the L by 2, then definitely this will be L by 2, which is perpendicular distance. We are taking P point here. The remaining part is cos alpha. Now alpha is nothing but this whole angle was 90 degree, so it will be 45. Cos 45 plus, again here this is whole 90, it will be 45, so cos 45. Now it will become mu 0 upon 4 pi L, 2 will go here, in bracket 1 by root 2 plus 1 by root 2 will be 2 by root 2. Okay, so this is the B. Now the another conductor is here. Now due to this conductor, magnetic field was like this, definitely due to this conductor which is also at L by 2 distance, it will give us same magnitude of magnetic field at a point P, same, but we have to just focus on direction. Okay, if the direction is same as that of this conductor, for magnetic field at a point P as same as that of this conductor, we will add both the magnitudes, and if it is the opposite, then we will subtract. So see, for this conductor at a point P, we are just displacing point P to this point. Okay, so definitely fingers are going inside, that means at here magnitude, sorry, direction of magnetic field is inside. Now due to this conductor, so see carefully, you have to do one thing. This is the your thumb, do like this, do like this. Always use difficult, not easy. You can do like this also, but this is the easy, so which is wrong. So use difficult one. So by that you can see that fingers are going inside. So due to this conductor also magnitude, direction is going inside. So B will be 2 into B1. This is, let's say, B1, 2 into B1. So that will be 2 in bracket mu 0 divided by 4 pi L, 2 into 2 4 divided by root 2, 4 will get cancelled, that will be 2 in bracket mu 0 divided by pi L root 2 or root 2 pi L, and direction is inside. Okay, see once again carefully what we have done. We have take this point, we have shifted the point here at L by 2 distance, that's it, nothing more than that. So we will initially find out magnitude of magnetic field at a point P here due to this conductor, which is inside. So distance is L by 2, you know that mu 0 upon 4 pi into r can be replaced by L by 2. Now angle, see here, this is the alpha, this is the beta, because this is the point. So 90 is the whole angle, so 45. So we got the B1, which is due to this conductor. This is the first conductor and this is the second conductor. Now the total magnetic field will be nothing but 2 into B1, because length is same, current is same. So definitely same kind of magnitude of magnetic field this conductor will generate. So we have to just multiply by 2. Now we are going to add or subtract, it depends on the direction. Here due to this conductor direction is inside, and for such kind of cases which are different cases, always use difficult, not like this. Extremely sorry, this is the easy one, but use difficult one like that. This is the thing. So by that direction is going inside due to this conductor also. So direction is same, that means magnitude of magnetic field will be going to add. So same magnitude of magnetic field, that's why we took 2 multiple by 2. So this is the answer, that's it. It is very easy. Okay, if you find any difficulty in this problem, you can comment in comment box also. Note it down. Okay, let us have another interesting question. See carefully. Determine the magnitude of magnetic field and direction at a point P, which is at the center of square. So see carefully. The length of all the conductors are L. Okay. So the most important point, we have already solved such kind of questions, okay, for triangle, but see carefully, we will convert this into what we know. So definitely this will be 45, again this will be 45. So it will be same for all conductors. You can draw like this. So always angle will be 45 for alpha and beta. The most important point, we know that we have B is equal to how much? Sorry, B1 for first conductor. Let's say this is the first conductor, this is second, this is third and fourth finite conductors. So B1 will be mu 0 I upon 4 pi. Now r is nothing but the perpendicular distance of that point P from a finite conductor. So this will be the r, and it will be L by 2, because this whole length is L. So it will be L by 2. So L by 2. Now into cos alpha, which is 45 degree, plus cos beta, which is also 45 degree. So B1 is equal to mu 0 I upon 4 pi L. 2 will go here in bracket 45, how much? 1 by root 2, which is 2 divided by root 2. This is the B1. Now for all the 4 conductors, magnitude will be same. This will be the magnitude, but we have to find out the total magnitude at point P. For that we should know the directions. So see carefully, for this conductor current is going in upward direction. So at point P is in this plane. So direction will be inside. Okay, for this direction is inside. Now the second, do not do like this, because this is the easy one. You have to do the difficult one. For this also direction is inside. Now the third one, see carefully, this is the conductor. See here, This is the conductor, so direction is inside. And the fourth one, again see, direction is inside. So for all the 4 conductors, direction is inside, therefore total magnitude of magnetic field will be 4 into B1. That will be give us 4 into mu 0 I upon 4 pi L, 2 into 2 4 divided by root 2, which is inside. Am I right? Okay. So 4 will get cancelled. So the remaining part is mu 0 I, 4 mu 0 I divided by pi or root 2 pi L. That's it. This is the answer and the direction is inside. Okay. See carefully what we have done. That's it. You have to just convert given case into the case which we know, into the diagram which we know, and after that just focus on the direction, because magnitude will be same if that point is at equidistance, because you know that magnitude of magnetic field is depend on only 2 points, only 2 aspects, that is current and second one is the perpendicular distance of that point P from the element. So current will be same, it is a series circuit, current will be same, and also the perpendicular distance will be also same. See here, L by 2, L by 2, L by 2, L by 2, that's it. So magnitude will be definitely same for each conductor at a point P. So we just have to focus on the direction, that's it. Okay, note it down. Okay, here we have another interesting question. See carefully, determine the magnitude of magnetic field at a point B which is at the center of hexagon. So again we will go for the same pattern, that is we will try to get that geometry. Okay, see carefully here. Now this distance is L, is given in the question. Let us assume this distance as a R. You know that this angle will be 60 degree. This angle will be 60 degree, equilateral triangle, and again this angle will be also 60 degree. So the magnitude of magnetic field due to this element L, let us take it as a B1. So B1 will be mu 0 upon 4 pi R. R is nothing but the perpendicular distance. We have assumed that it is a R into cos alpha plus cos beta. So you can see here cos alpha plus cos beta always cos 60 plus cos 60. The remaining part is only about R. So you know that if you use cos angle, cos 60 let's say, so you will get here R by L. So you know that cos 60 is nothing but root 3 by 2 is equal to R by L. Therefore L is equal to, sorry, R, we want R. So R is equal to root 3 by 2 L. We got R also. Therefore B1 is equal to mu 0 upon 4 pi into R is nothing but root 3 by 2 L. Root 3 by 2 L into cos 60 plus cos 60 is nothing but 1 by 2 plus 1 by 2. That will be 1 by 2 plus 1 by 2, only 1. Now total B is equal to, see carefully, for this element at a point P, because P is in this plane, direction is coming outside. Similarly, due to coming outside, you can see coming outside. So for all that, direction will be coming outside and it's equal, sorry, it in the same direction. So we will add them. So total B will be 6 into B1, which will give us a final result of 6 into 2 mu 0 into I. We forget to give the current also. That's it. Mu 0 into I. Current is always there. Divided by 6 into B1. 2 will come here. 2 mu 0 I divided by 4 pi root 3 L. You can cancel whatever you want to cancel. 2 to 4 you can cancel. And the direction will be outside the plane. Dot. Okay. I hope you got the questions. You got the question, because we just drawn a geometry to get what we know. We want that first geometry which we have learned in first part. So once you got that geometry, easily you can solve the question. Okay, this is the conductor. You can see that alpha and beta are the 60 degree. Okay, see here 60 alpha and beta. And if you use cos 60 in any angle, let's say here, so cos 60 will be adjacent divided by hypotenuse, which is nothing but EL. See carefully, this is another mathematical thing. For hexagon, this length will be always EL, this will be also EL. If this is the EL, because the angles are same now, so side opposite to that angle will always same. If angles are same, then sides will be also same. You know that this is the 7th 8th part mathematics. So EL. If you use your cos 60, it will be R divided by EL. So this is how we solve the questions. I hope you got this question also. Note it down. Okay, now see carefully. They have asked us to find out determined magnetic field at a point P due to this conductor. So see carefully, we don't have angle here. This is something different. Okay, we have not seen till now. So first of all, you should find out the angle. So how to find the angle? We will go for alpha and beta. You know that. But here they have given us the lengths. This is 4L, this is 3L. So you know that by Pythagoras theorem, this will be 5L. Am I right? Okay. Similarly, this will be 5L. Okay. This what you should know. If you got this, then definitely you can easily find out alpha. Sorry, this is the beta and this is the alpha. So here solution is like, by diagram you can find out that alpha will be you can use any sine or cos. You can use any sine or cos. Let us use cos. So cos inverse of, because cos will be here. So cos alpha will be 4L by 5L, 4 by 5. And you know that this angle is nothing but 37 degree. Similarly for beta, beta will be also 37 degree. So just use it. B will be, this is a B, not beta, is equal to mu 0 I upon 4 pi. Now perpendicular distance is a 3L into cos 37 plus cos 37. And see here, cos 37 again 4 by 5. You know that if cos is go here, it is a 44 by 5. So mu 0 I upon 12L, mu 0 upon 12L into pi. So cos 37 4 by 5 in plus 4 by 5, 2 into 4 by 5, it will be 8 into 8 by 5. This is the right answer. Now about direction, see, going inside. So this is the direction and this is the magnitude. Okay, in this question you definitely came across one thing, that your mathematics should be very good. Okay, if you know cos inverse, cos angles, then you can find out any question easily. In physics, maths is very necessary. You know that mathematics is the language of physics. So focus on maths also. Now this was the last question. Now I will give you one today's task, TT. Okay, you have to solve that question and give answer in comment box, YouTube comment box. Okay, so stay ready for today's task. Okay, first of all note it down. After that I will give you today's task. Okay, here are we. This is today's task. Determine magnetic field at a point P which is at center of triangle current loop of side L. I have given you diagram, and this is actually not question 6. I don't know which the count, because I forget the count. So the question is here, diagram is there, length of each side is L, point P is at the center, and questions also given with direction. For A and B, the direction is outside, for C and D, it's inside. So I hope you have got all the questions we have solved till now, and by that you can solve this question and just give your answer in YouTube comment box. Thank you so much for watching this lecture. Now we will meet in the part 5 of magnetic effect of electric current with some new concept. Thank you.